The word privacy, soon to be an exhibit in the Smithsonian Institute. And as you heard last night, we were talking, books are beginning to disappear from libraries in some schools, and they're being replaced by internet cafe sorts of things. All you need is Google. You don't need books anymore. Remember the card catalogs? Ah, all gone. All you need is Google or Yahoo or any of the other search type vehicles and information databases. You can find anything you want. In fact, if you hold in your hands an iPhone or even better yet, an iPad, you literally hold in your hands all of the accessible, that which we are allowed to see, information in the known universe. That's incredible. And then some. With us tonight is Gerald Celente, one of the world's most remarkable men. His Trends Journal, of course, is available, and I hope you'll go there and get yourself a copy.
It's literature. I mean, the Trends Journal is literature. Each edition is a third of a book.
Correct.
And it's 44 pages of print, and of course art and illustrations as well, like nobody else has in the world. And I'm very pleased with it.
That's
the sense
true.
Of what we put out. I know that it's not about who you're going to elect. It's about society changing.
Mm-hmm.
Because until society changes, nothing changes.
Mm-mm.
It's about the individual, not the politician. And so as long as the people don't change, then unfortunately we're going to continue to go down this road of rapid destruction. And as we're speaking now, and every day, it's, as you said, it's another crisis. Hey, how about going into Syria? I heard that little weasel, John, what's his, Carney?
Yeah.
And he's saying now, check it out. They're talking about humanitarian aid for the Syrian people.
Didn't we hear that before?
Kind of sounds a little Libyan to me.
Just a little. It's beyond despicable, is what it is. I run out of words. Someone wrote to me yesterday that they were in a market, Whole Foods market, and there were some younger people, quote younger people, early 20s, I guess, maybe college age, and they were talking about the Republican presidential primary elections and who they were going to vote for and who they wanted to win the nomination. And these young people, there were 3 or 4, I guess, they were actually taking this whole thing seriously and arguing in support of either Ricky Santorum or Wilbur Mittens Romney. I'm not kidding. They take it. They've been hooked, folks.
Well, when you think about Whole Foods, I mean, you want to talk about a corporate health food.
Yeah.
My God, I remember health food stores when they were real, and when there were loads of them all over the place, and they weren't put out of business.
They were mom
by
and pop
people
stores.
Like Whole Foods.
They were mom and pop stores, family stores, and they were really conscientious, and they were fun to shop in. They all had their own little texture and feeling and sense, and no more. It's all big time. All big time.
So it makes perfect sense that the people that are shopping there are these out-of-touch people. I won't go into that joint. I avoid everything corporate that I can.
Well,
and that's
smart.
To me is, and one of the big trends that we have in the Trends Journal into bringing things back to a society where you could earn a comfortable middle class living is to repatriate. And repatriation means bringing it back home and beginning on the local level. And there's not a thing that I go out. I try not to buy anything. I do, but I try not to buy anything from corporate stores. And I do everything I can locally, and then I start moving up the chain a little bit.
Mm-hmm. If you have to.
But I want to break the chains as much as I can.
For sure. It amazes me to watch this charade of these primary elections. Now, we'll talk about Ron Paul in a minute, but look at the incredible and profoundly over-the-top manipulation. First time in Iowa, all of a sudden, Ricky Santorum, a cadaver, is somehow reanimated and wins the Iowa, well, a few votes, whatever. He wins in Iowa. Then He dies. Rest in peace. And they reanimate that pervert Newt Gingrich. Comes out, all right? And then they pull the plug, the life support or the death support on the Newt, and they bring back Ricky. Now, this is after, of course, they've inflated and then buried Handy Herman and let Michelle drift away into the ethers. This is all so phony and so obviously contrived, Gerald. It boggles my mind. Ricky Santorum, the most corrupt congressman of the year in 2006, wins three primaries.
It's the presidential reality show, and you have a front row seat.
Not the truth. Wow. No, I just amaze me. All right, we'll talk about Ron Paul just a minute with the master of trends, Gerald Celente. All right, there's a lot going on here. The sad news is that the majority of those who cast their ballots continue to vote for war, for death, for slaughter, for genocide, for big business, for the international bankster elite that finances all of these things. They vote against Ron Paul. There is no other issue in this election than war or peace. None. Zero. All the talk about all the usual crap means nothing. You either vote for war or you vote against it. I don't care what you think about Ron Paul. If you're in favor of war, you love war and death and killing, and we're going to get our comeuppance one day. If you love all that, vote against Ron Paul. If you don't like war, you vote for Ron Paul. That's the long and short of it. That's my simple-minded view.